of its negativity. And yeah, we'll get into it. But I am not alone in this endeavor. With me, as always, is the actual Yonko host of this pod, Grandmaster Hoop. Grandmaster, I hear through the grapevine you're a certified hater of Wicked, just in general. Period.
I have my own personal score to settle with with Wicked for good.
It sounds toxic. It sounds toxic as hell.
Oh. I thought that was pretty good. No, I love Wicked as a whole. I love the franchise. I love the music. I love the characters. I have grievances with how this film was adapted, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. And it's the fact that I want to talk about it is what is most important. If it was just utter trash, then there's nothing to talk about. But Wicked for Good got some things good. They did some good things, and they did a lot of things I thought they could have done better. But again, we are here because we only come here when it's something worth talking about. Craven the Hunter can go sit down. This ain't no Craven the Hunter, but
is it? I don't know.
No, it's nowhere near that. Don't even play. But yeah, I love Wicked, and I'm glad we are not alone in this either, Dr. Jace. We got a full house today. We have Dr. Mondo in the house. Dr. Mondo, a most reoccurring seat at the Yonko table. We have Darce in the house. And of course, we couldn't do a Wicked pod without him. We pulled him out of retirement, folks, because he's the biggest Wicked fan we know. He's seen it 7 times. He's seen it 7 times on Broadway. He's watched part 1 20 plus times, Jesus, between 4 in the theater and 16 at home. And he's here today to discuss Wicked for Good. It's the return of Apex, everybody. Apex is in the house. And he's he's well deserving of that intro. He is our Wicked expert amongst the pod.
Grandmaster Hoop gave y'all wizard facts. Fake news. I didn't watch it all those times, but I do love Wicked though.
See, I knew he had to be here. And then the rest of us who show up frequently as we do, we can now bounce off of each other. But yes, this is a special occasion. We had to bring Apex back for Wicked for Good. I mean, shoot. With that said, I think we ought to just go ahead and, round the table here. Walking out of Wicked for Good, you can have on par with part 1, exceeds part 1, subpar to part 1. Where are we at before we start deep diving? Where are we at?
Not as good as part 1.
Oh, finally, someone said it. I didn't have to say it. It's not.
Not as good as part 1. Like, not horrible, but not as good as part 1.
Ooh. He said not horrible. Okay. It's morable. It's not horrible. It's morable.
Oh, boo.
Flip it around. What does it say?
Wicked Witch. They're coming. The Wicked memes are coming. All right. I'm with Dr. Mondo. I'm not going to say it's not horrible. It's just not great for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
I think they're just 2 different movies. The first one is more of like a musical. It's like more pop, more colorful, very like fun and exciting. What a way to end the movie with Defying Gravity. And this one was a little bit more on like the action-packed side. Yeah, you had musical elements in there, but I feel like it was a little bit more action-y. It was a little bit more, I don't know, like it was just a different movie. And I feel like it was just a little bit more on the boring side for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, they're just 2 different movies.
I'm only giving that look because I'm like, what do you mean it's not a musical? It's still a musical.
Well, yeah, obviously it's a musical, but it's not like fun, bubbly, Greatest Showman type musical. Like,
you mean the tone? Maybe the tone it's a tone, no shift.
That it's not wonderful. It's not wonderful. No, I think that it was. I mean, yes, I agree with Darce. It's two different movies. I think if you were watching Wicked for Good for the first time and did not watch the Broadway show, this might have been a better watch than if you had seen the show before. If you have seen the show before, though, you know that Act Two is a little bit of a mess because it's so fast and there's so many things. So I think that like Wicked One stands out because the storyline's a little more like linear because it has just you're really focusing mostly on Elphaba and Glinda, whereas Wicked Two, you have the Wizard of Oz, you have all the side characters, and Elphaba and Glinda kind of take a back seat from a lot of the stuff. So it has to be carried from all the other things. So I think that's where it's a real big challenge because there's so many stories in Wicked for Good, but there's a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of surprises that Wicked 1 is like more like, okay, they have time to divulge in it, but Wicked 2 for Good was so much action and so much like drama and stuff. So yeah, I agree with Darce. It's two different movies. They're two different things. I also do agree with Dr. Armando and Dr. Jason, Grandmaster Hoop, that Wicked, the first one was better. But it has the better music too. So those songs just, man, they're just classics.
Yeah, confession time. I actually haven't seen Wicked on Broadway, so I feel
Oh,
I was going into this kind of blind, other than what Apex spoiled for me the day after the movie when he was like, "Oh, so you want to know who everybody is? Here you go."
He's talking about Wicked 1, first off. And second off,
Mhm.
we were all talking, and I didn't know he didn't watch the Broadway show. And that's why he got a couple spoilers. But he said that he figured out most of them. So
I
it's not all my
did.
fault.
Thank you very much.
The only one that I gave away was Fiero, but that was it.
I mean, I would hope he was able to put the lion together.
Surprisingly, that one I was like, "Who's the lion?" That's
You're
crazy.
lying.
You're lying to me.
You did that on purpose.
I did not. I swear.
You're so
I swear.
You did. You
No,
did.
I
You
didn't.
do
I
this
d-
all the time.
I did not. That's why I laughed so hard because
The
that was
Wizard of
perfect.
Oz lies.
And oh, either way, okay. See, we're not here to chat on this movie. We're here to talk about what they did good, what they could have done better. We all, except for Dr. Jace and Darce, have seen the Broadway show. Yes, we recognize they're two different movies. Let's get into it because, yeah, y'all are underselling the first one. The first one is perfect.
I
Okay?
love the
Oh,
first one.
The first one's amazing.
Listen,
Yeah,
Talking about
I
perfect.
went I went in with zero knowledge going into Wicked Part 1 because I hadn't seen the Broadway play and I'm not really too into musicals like at all. And I walked out of there downloading the whole soundtrack after that film. I loved Wicked Part 1. I love the choreo, I love the songs, everything. I walked into Wicked for Good. I didn't replay any of the songs.
That's
Did
unfair.
you,
Whoa,
did
go,
you,
go, 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 go,
did
go,
you
go.
end up
I
for the
agree.
better?
Except for Good. I did play For Good a couple
And a
Good
times.
good
is really good.
deed. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
What? No good deed?
I don't know.
No Good Deed is good.
Yeah. What are you talking
It's fine.
about?
It's fine.
I also like As Long As You're Mine.
Yes,
I'm
another
just
good
not bopping
one.
to it. I'm not bopping
Alphabet
to.
carried.
And I will be loathing. I'm not bopping to it like I am with Loathing.
Yeah.
Retweet.
By the way, if y'all don't know, Grandmaster Hoop was dancing to that song while he visited me in Chicago. Everywhere we went.
He did
Damn.
that
I was the
everywhere.
cameraman.
Everywhere. Yeah.
That
we
was
were all
my
at some point cameramen of him.
that was my personality. Oh, Apex knows he was like the first one. I dragged him out of his room working from home. I said, "Please record me. I just got back from the gym where I practiced in front of the mirror."
Oh, I remember
And-
that one.
And when he did it, I said, do it again. That was my answer. He said, you ain't gonna get no views with that dance. Figure it out. John Chu
and
chewed him out.
Well, I think what we are describing here is the chokehold the first one had, because the first one, A, is like the highest grossing musical film adaptation of any musical, which is crazy.
Mamma Mia.
Right. It beat Mamma Mia for that record. And yeah, no, I just think, yeah, it took the world. It swept the world by storm, I think.
By tornado.
By tornado.
Oh.
And I just don't think this film, and it is probably because it is such a tonally different movie and act two in general, that yeah, you don't walk away all bubbly. You walk away. I don't even know. We're gonna get into the ending because I honestly don't know what we walk away from with this. I don't know what they want me to take from this, unless it is to accept defeat and
Return to
understand that.
Oz.
Well, let's just get into it. Let's
Sure.
dissect it.
Sure, let's
Are
go.
we not into it already?
No, here we are. Here we are. We're doing a little preface, but no, here we go. We're breaking it down by song. Every Day More Wicked. All right. We're picking up. We don't even know how much time has passed, but
30 years.
we don't know. We don't know, which I think is a
I
dumb.
thought they said 5 years in the
I
beginning.
don't think
no?
they said anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 5.
Did they say it though?
I thought they did. They said 5 something.
It's
right?
been 5 years since
Oh,
Defying Gravity.
it's
I thought.
5 ticks on a clock.
Oh.
What a
5
clock tick. That's not right.
Kidding.
Either way, Every Day More Wicked. We catching up. Actually, the movie opens with this Elphaba rescuing some animals from, oppression and slave labor, building the yellow brick road. Cool little action bit. And I think we can talk about this as a whole as kind of, where we are in Oz right now. Animals are still being oppressed, but everything's happy-go-lucky for Glinda and the wizard and Madame Morrible, and Elphaba's out here just trying to. The wizard's evil, or the wizard's a fraud. We got to rescue the animals. Glinda, wake up. For me, world building is a big important thing, and it's harder to do with a story that jumps all over the place. I feel I need more visibility of this oppression of animals, if I'm being honest. I want to buy into Elphaba's plight, right? I want to think her rescuing these animals in the beginning, which was a cool sequence, has some weight to it, like animals like being excited for her, and maybe that's the point too. But I always felt like in this film, the animals don't even care that Elphaba is doing all this good for her, and there's not ever an inkling to. I don't even think Elphaba gets a thank you, which makes me feel sad for Elphaba. I feel I'm sad for her like a good portion of the movie, but I don't know. I feel like we did not get enough of what is this world that Elphaba is fighting for. Like,
Yeah, and I think it's like, to kind of substantiate your point here, this is where a movie can do things that a play cannot, right? It's kind of like, I know Wicked is amazing, and like Wicked Part 1 was pretty much, they took the first act of Wicked and they dedicated an entire film to it, and it was very faithful to the original source material. But I think it's like, if you see Wicked, the second part, if you've seen the Broadway show, there, like, I think it's like this movie, at least, like, at that, what you just said is maybe like one of the issues of the Broadway. And it's because you don't have the time in Broadway to kind of like show this showcase, but you can in a movie. And in a movie, you can make time for that to kind of reel the audience into it. Like, hey, this is the world that she is trying to protect, or that she is trying to fight against. So I think I agree with you in that we really don't see all the bad stuff that's happening to the animals. We see a glimpse at one little part, and that's it.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And I felt,
But I'm like, okay, so the animals are suffering horribly. Uh-huh.
where we want oppression. We want to see it.
It was in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know about if we want to see all the suppression. If you want to see all this possession, just check the planet Earth because we do all these things. I mean, can you imagine a world where animals are in cages and can't talk? They said it in the first one. But I understand. I understand. And I think that this is where the disservice, well, it did this. They did expand the world, like how Dr. Mondo said, right? Because they don't do it in the Broadway show. They don't do where the animals are, they don't do any of that stuff, right? But the first movie, because they did so much time of expansion, it kind of puts that precedent in the second movie that we would expect a little more time into some of these other areas that some people maybe are wondering, right? Of the animals and things like that, which they did. They brought like the No Place Like Home song and all
Ooh,
these other things.
we can talk about it.
But I think what you want is like a hero, and Elphaba is not ever a hero, and that stays true to the story and the world of Wizard of Oz because just all the propaganda on her, like that she's a wicked witch, and everyone hears that, and just because someone saves you, right, doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden like I'm gonna start. You're gonna be my hero and my champion, and that's why that No Place Like Home song is important, right? Because it's to meant for them to she's trying to convince people to go against their nature of what they've been hearing this whole time, that it's not true. So I mean, yes, I agree, but that opening sequence though was really cool because you never see kind of how the yellow brick road was built, right?
How do you feel about it
And
now, knowing that it was built off the backs of
of the animals, I
enslaved
mean,
animals?
I mean, man, what a commentary of that, right? It's just like you can use that on many things. That many things that are beautiful and gorgeous were built off of slavery and off the expense of someone else, right? So, I think they did a really good job with that opening sequence.
Mhm.
I kind of wish that the fighting was a little bit harder. That was one of my more concern, but I understood it was a PG movie. But yeah, when Elphaba started silver surfing the broom, I was like, all right, here we go. She's joining the DC universe out here, or Marvel universe. Sorry.
I didn't
And
need all that.
she about to become an airbender, but it was,
Funny.
but it was cool. It was cool. I mean, I understand. I think you wanted more so that the animals would side with her and like start fighting with her, and they do. The monkeys do, but
The monkeys are real. The monkeys are the realest animals
Yeah.
well,
in
because
the
they
whole
had
film.
Chestry, and Chestry was able to explain to all of them because Chestry believed in Elphaba. So, um, it is that. But no, man, the expansion in the beginning, they think did a really good job, especially with not so much source material, with trying to keep it like like to the original Broadway, which they don't go over a lot of this stuff.
Mhm.
They did a good job going over like just how bad it is and how the animals are now working for them, and how Elphaba is still trying to fight back. I think that was a pretty good opening sequence for me, at
Yeah, and
least.
I also liked how like this movie put like a hero is based off of like the perspective, right? So like for the citizens of Oz, Glinda's their hero because like she's trying to keep the peace. You know, she's trying to like be that like shine of hope. And for the animals, or at least the monkeys, Elphaba is the hero for them that's trying to like break them out of it. And then it's just really great commentary. I like the that you guys are bringing up the point of the Yellow Brick Road was built off the backs of the animals, and then there's people that are trying to like free these animals, and they're looked at as the villain, and it's great.
Um, uh,
I like the opening.
Imagine me as a bear. My grandfather built this shit
Like
brick by
Paddington?
brick.
Paddington.
Paddington.
No,
No,
that's an inside joke for those who know Grandmaster Who.
not like
But
Paddington.
but
No.
building the like imagining the animals building the things. Well, who was gonna build it? They were gonna make the Munchkins and all them build it. They said no, we got to make the common enemy the animals, and
Yeah.
this is the problem.
Uh,
It
and
followed true to the story. I mean, they weren't wrong. It all was in the true world that could happen in Oz. So I think he did a really I think did a really good job. I think with the opening song though, so for those that you don't know or whatever, like that opening song, they added a lot of new source, like new music to it. Elphaba does not sing in the Broadway show. Elphaba doesn't even sing really into Wonderful. So that little like explaining her little stuff and then they're doing that homage to what is this feeling for Glinda and all those things. Those were all new things. So that was really good to set up the world of Wicked, and kind of bring everyone back as an intro, because in the Broadway show, it really just starts off with them talking crap about Elphaba, and then um Glinda just being like, "Hey, we're getting engaged," and it's like, "Wow," and that's it. And they just go right into it because they only have 1 hour to knock out everything that Wicked for Good tried knocking out in 2.5 hours.
That's
So,
true.
Those were good check-ins. I did like those additions, just kind of a check-in of here's their mental right now. And I always thought, I do think the juxtaposition of Glinda and Elphaba has always been, even if I don't really enjoy this movie, the parallels between them and how their lives, diverged this way. I always thought it has always been good, and I think that's the best part of this movie is just Elphaba and Glinda,
Yeah.
Cynthia and Ariana. I think they I will say this, and I said this about part one, they are perfect casted. They are perfectly casted. For this movie to come out when it did, like during this time, this movie is very timely as ever, and even probably more so in this film because it's just relevant. Like people are like, damn, Wicked for Good might be the most political movie out right now. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. It is.
Oh, Zootopia. Zootopia 2 can also.
Oh, Zootopia 2 is now in the running. Yeah, you're right. For the most political movie out right now. That you wouldn't think is that political.
Yeah.
But I will say, oh, gosh, and this is, I don't want to gripe on too many things, but parallel to the animals, were the citizens of Oz really ever in trouble because of animals? That's the one thing I think I never understood.
I never
The
understood
animals
that
are taking
either.
their jobs.
Well,
That goat doesn't deserve to stand where my father stood.
well, I mean, let's take it to a real life context. Are we ever in trouble for a lot of things that the government tells us we're in trouble for? It could be, could be not. But my point being that the point of this movie is that, Oz has this huge power, right? And Oz also can be not only just the political power, like if you could take it from like a literary standpoint, when they're like, they don't say, "Oh my God," they say, "Oh my Ozness," like as if he's like a godly figure too. So you can take a religious aspect of it as well. So somebody who is just like the head of everything is telling you that it's wrong and you want to be in good graces with them, you just going to believe it, right?
So you're saying that's the point.
So that is the point, right? Why question it? Questioning it would be disloyal or not faithful, right?
That's
So they just keep going. It's like
life
herd
is
mentality.
thoughtless. Life
Right.
is fraughtless for the thoughtless.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. And so like that's what plays into Elphaba's role really well, is that Elphaba is not like that. Elphaba questions the ideas. Elphaba always had to question it, because if it was supposedly that everything was all fair, why was the cards stacked against her whole life, right? So like her having that, and her being raised by animals, and her having all these different things that are outside of this bubble, right, that Oz has created, she's able to see it through a different perspective. So that's what makes this whole story so good. And I think that this movie actually does a really good job of showing that. So people are like, "Oh, why is it not all this glitz and glam and beautifulness of the first one?" Because the truth is, in the real world, or just in the world of Oz, it's shit, right? It's shit. Things are happening really
everything's a
bad,
facade.
bro.
Everything's a facade.
I don't
Like,
even,
Correct.
yeah, I don't even mind the authoritarian element that you mentioned about like why people are obeying Oz, and then why Elphaba questions it. I guess my thing with it is why are the animal like there's that, and I'm jumping ahead, but there's that scene later in the movie where Elphaba finds that hidden room with the animals, and then she's getting super pissed, and Oz walks in and he's like, "Elphaba, listen, I had to do this." And I'm like, but why? Like,
Because they said PG. They said we can't PG-13 this shit.
can you explain like why are you doing this? I just don't get it.
He said because some animals talk, and they talk
Correct.
ill of the wizard. And
But
they
do
talk
we
about
see
how
that?
No,
Dr.
you
We
just
don't
take my
Dillerman-
word
see
for
it.
it.
Dr.
Why do you
Dillem-
want to see it?
Dr. Dillerman hinted at it in part 1, which is why he got locked up. But yeah, I do wish, to Dr. Jace's point, maybe, you know, could we just see just the idea that the animals are not so bad, which I guess we do see in part 1, but maybe we needed more. But um, you know,
I think this movie does a lot of giving it to you too much. And I think that you guys wanting to see it more than what it was in the first movie would have given like overkill on that point. Where the movie does overkill it on other areas where I'm like, why did you give us this answer so soon? Because a lot of the foreshadowing that happens in number 1 obviously makes number 2 easier. Where I was like, man, if they didn't foreshadow so much number 1, I feel like number 2 would have been more of a hit. But again, I understand it. But like for instance, something bad from number 1, they explain all this stuff about how the animals, he saw someone do this and he was talking this and this is what happened. And then in the second one too, you know, they I think they gave enough. Like
No, it's
I think
like
you guys are sounding like you guys want extra scenes where
we
it's like in
want that
animals
world building.
where
We
Yes.
want
where
that
Del
But-
where
but I
Del,
think it's
Bear
that-
is like Alphaba's great, and then they're like lock her up. Like that's what you want.
No, but I think it's like it's pretty obvious. Like the wizard, I think also explains it in part 1. He says it's like you got like you want control, you want to quote unquote unite people, you give them an enemy.
Correct.
You give them an enemy. That's
and see,
but
oh
it's
my-
like, but isn't that like that's what's going on? That's what goes on now.
yeah,
It's
no,
like
no
you take
doubt.
a marginalized group, you make them, oh, they're the evil of they are the reason of all the evils that are happening to our country. Blah 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 blah. Boom, that's it. They become scapegoats.
Oh,
Scapegoat.
escape? No escape
Oh.
though. No scapegoats.
Something bad.
I mean, I get it. I get it. I just feel like, God, man, the wizard came in there and said, "So y'all have a famine? It's the animals." Like, you know
Well, because they
what?
thought he can read the book. Like if it's the Oz Bible, bro.
Oklahoma.
No, he said Omaha. Not Oklahoma.
Flip it around.
Yes, no, but it's fine. You know what? It's okay.
It's
The
fine.
animals are there. We're good.
It's fine.
Beyond
Also-
beyond the animals, I was
Beyond the
like
animals.
beyond the animals. One thing that was really like cool was when we get back to Munchkin Land, and all this stuff is happening, and you see Glinda and Fierro is like, oh my gosh, I'm getting engaged.
Couldn't be happier.
Bro, who the hell gonna tell you gonna get engaged, right? Imagine y'all show up and they're like, hey, surprise, we're engaged.
If only he had
You
a
gonna tell
brain.
you gonna tell me that the man don't know he engaged the woman is crazy.
If it's for Glinda, I'm okay. If you want to spring on me that I'm engaged to Glinda the Good, I'm in.
You wildin', especially if you
in.
liked Alphaba
Glinda,
more than her.
Oh, I mean, I do like Elphaba, don't get me wrong, but come on, Glinda the Good. She's living up in the Emerald City.
It's
I'm
good
set
that
for
you-
life.
You sound like every other Oz person.
She's a faker.
I'm a Bach. I'm a Bach.
You are a Bach.
I'm such a Bach. I like the journey of Glinda. I will say that though, but I like the journey of Glinda. I like that it's always been Elphaba, you're still my friend, even if I'm gonna choose this path. But God, why did it take her so long to realize that she's on the wrong side of this whole thing? Oh, like what? Glinda, yes. Like how many? I think somebody posted. I was talking to Kale Caesar about this. God, like all these things had to happen. All these bad things had to happen for Glinda for her to be like, you know what?
I done fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how many times does that happen with like some of your friends too, where you're like, you're on the wrong side there, buddy.
Yeah.
These are big things, though. What do you mean?
Look
But,
at real
I mean,
life.
yeah,
It's
but
literally
it
the
is,
same
like-
thing as real life, bro.
And I mean, like, even the yellow brick road, I feel like that's like a look at this shiny thing, we're doing something instead of addressing
Yeah.
the point of there's a famine. Like,
Oh, well, actually, speaking
No,
of the Yellow
I
Brick
think I think
Road-
it's also a reflection of like that it's like you don't realize kind of like that you're on the wrong side until it affects you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
which
You pop your bubble.
Her
you
bubble
pop your
didn't
bubble.
pop.
And it's like, which again, that's very relevant to people nowadays,
You're gonna live in your
politically.
bubble in your
Until it
high
starts
tower.
affecting you. Oh, I didn't know, or I made a mistake. We told you so.
Right.
Everyone told you so. It was obvious.
Also, Glinda, so like there's this thing like where in the first movie they say like getting your heart's desire, right? And Glinda's heart's desire was to be, a
Popular.
sorceress and also was really to be a sorceress, right? But beyond that, like she's gained all this power and fame, and she has equated that to being like good, right? Is like,
Mhm.
oh, because I have all this popularity and I have all these things, people are counting on me, right? She tells Fiero that she's like, I can't as a public figure, like people are expecting me and they want like they need me. And Fiero's like, don't lie. You just love and grovel in this. You know what I'm saying? Which
Ooh.
both things can be true. That's the whole
Right.
point of this movie is that two things can be true, the wicked and the good, right? But no one ever wants to like accept the wicked side of it. So yeah, Glinda, she got everything that she wanted, and she was getting it. That's why she said she couldn't be happier, right? Because happiness is what happens when all your dreams come true. And her final dream really was Fiero. So that's what really like sets the tone of it. But that thank goodness song is so good because if you look at the lyrics of what happens, it explains to you how everything is consequential. She's like, there's a kind of loss that happens when you're way of trying to get your dreams to come true, right? But you just keep pushing forward, right? That same concept is like in the real world, right? That ignorance that it's like, man, if I harp on every single thing that happens, like that might be morally wrong, I might not be able to get to where I need to get to, right? So we just
Mm.
push it to the rug and we keep going forward in a success. And that's I think is super relatable is that once you make it to the end, it's like, oh, all of that was worth it. We always say, oh man, I wouldn't change my life forever and things because if not, I wouldn't be the person I am today. But it's like, damn, so you did all that shit. And now that stuff is like, let's just sweep it under the rug and let's keep moving forward. That's what she's trying to do, but Fiero can't bring himself to do it.
Mm.
And that's really, man, For Good is actually a really good commentary movie. Like, I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna take Kale Caesar's words. Kale Caesar said, "Yeah, we're all kind of Glinda. As much as we think we're Elphabas, we're more actually Glindas in the world. Because like to what you're saying, if we are to be an Elphaba, it is what is it called, Dr. Jace? God, that thing where you're social justice warrior type. Um,
I
what's that
guess.
word?
What?
An
Uh,
advocate,
An advocate?
activist.
no, the
Activist?
word where you
Like
like defend everybody.
like a
Um, oh
Whatever,
my
continue.
God,
I'm
come
Just
I'm
continue.
on.
We'll figure
blanking.
it
I'm
out. Keep
blanking.
explaining.
Keep
Keep
explaining. Yeah,
The
just
explaining.
explain it.
the
the
thing
thing, the
where you
thing.
you will defend every good or every bad thing that happens. You are going to be that one to step up and fight it. You
Sounds like a
know.
hero complex.
Hero
Yes.
complex, right?
No, but there's a word you use all the time. You call people this. You're like, don't be this. Don't be that person.
I'm
Don't be
I'm
a
trying.
don't
You're
be a
killing
I'm
me right now.
trying.
don't be a grandmaster hoop.
Don't
And you
be
know
an
what you need to do?
alphaba. No, you can't be an alphaba because no good deed goes unpunished if you're an alphaba.
I don't know about all that. That's not necessarily the truth. I think it's a balance, right? That's the whole point. It's a balance. But I do believe whatever your friend was saying that we're all Glindas. I think all of us are a little bit a part of everything because Alpha gives you a little bit of difference. But definitely Glinda is the striving of success, right? Because she gets the success. That's that whole storyline of like following the course and staying the course. And if you do this and this and this, you'll be in good graces with all this stuff. So I can definitely see that, and that's why people looked up to her, right? The Punch Kids looked up to her. They're like, oh, if Glinda is good and she did all these things, like that's someone I want to strive to be. I don't want to be strived like the Wicked Witch. The Wicked Witch kills and is the reason why all these animals are doing all these bad things and is all this evil stuff. And even then, when they And you gonna tell me that even when she changed the thing to the wizard lies or whatever in the sky, that no one else saw that, and then saw that it changed to Oz dies? Terrible. People won't believe the truth. They don't want to believe the truth, even if you give it to them.
I think
Also,
it's also like people don't want to believe, especially when that truth makes them makes them be in a very like different light.
Yes.
or an outcast.
It's kind of like, oh no, like if that truth makes you kind of like confront like, yo, you did some pretty shitty things.
Your own demons, correct.
It's like, like people will be like, no. And like,
Also, shout out to Madame Marvel with the Canva
God.
account making a bunch of Elphaba slander posters and putting it throughout the city.
Oh, Madame Horrible is the most unbearable character throughout the whole movie.
Wicked Witch.
If I lived in Oz, I would be like, shut the fuck up, Madame Horrible. Like, please.
Oh.
I was so annoyed with Madame Horrible. I was like, oh my God, we get it. She's wicked. Please. Can we just have fun at this Yellow Brick Road opening? Glinda's here. The love of my life is here. Can you just please be quiet for one moment?
Love of my life.
Well, you know who Madame Horrible's grandfather is?
Who's her grandfather?
Zahir from Avatar: The Last Airbender universe.
You're so dumb.
Because she's an
Ew.
airbender.
Ew.
Dumb.
Just think about it. Just think about it.
I get it. I
Just
get
think
it.
about it.
It's fine. Did Michelle Yeoh singing take y'all out? I know that's a point of contention.
She
Well,
only had
Michelle
like a
Yeoh
couple
didn't want to be.
lines.
Michelle Yeoh said she couldn't sing, and she was right. She can't sing that role, and Madame Horrible does sing a lot more in the second movie. They did make
Wow.
some changes for sure. In the first movie was fine because she only had that little part, which was great. I love when she has the little part.
Yeah, her little part, she eats that little part.
But man, yeah, she definitely needed a lot more help for the second movie. Guys, oh my gosh, I felt so bad for her, but it was not like terrible, but it wasn't good enough.
Oh,
It wasn't. It wasn't for sure because it just didn't give like you could tell it felt like auto-tuned and like basic comparatively to everyone else who's singing.
yeah. I mean, it didn't take me out. It's noticeable, but I'm not gonna bash the movie for it.
yeah, it's like I wasn't expecting Michelle Yeoh to kind of have like amazing pipes and just like blow me away. But yeah, it's like one Broadway musical movie that like was also like that it was Les Mis, like Russell Crowe. Like Russell Crowe.
Oh, she's worse than Russell Crowe.
Hell yeah.
But Russell Crowe was not the best singer in that movie. And again, it didn't take me out. I wasn't expecting
Oh, she makes
Crowe to have
Russell
pipes.
Crowe look like a Tony Award winning.
Oh no,
actor.
like yeah, like
Michelle Yeoh singing or Jeff Goldblum singing?
Jeff Goldblum
Oh,
can sing better.
yeah, give me Jeff. Give me Jeff.
Jeff could definitely sing better than Michelle Yeoh, but that's fine. Michelle Yeoh can act better than Jeff.
Okay,
there's that.
Michelle Yeoh, for what she lacks in singing, I'll take her doing the whole.
She's like, enough, listen.
Or
no, she's a great actress. She's a great actress.
She made a good villain. Yeah, as far as her villain goes, like I hated when she talked down
we've
to.
seen her play the villain. Just go Crazy Rich Asians, yo. She's
That's what
great in that
she
movie.
for sure was Crazy Rich Asians.
Yo, they essentially did that for the wedding scene for Crazy Rich Asians when they have the freaking dress and all the petals and stuff. Don Chu definitely knows how to eat up a wedding. Let me tell you that, because if you watch Crazy Rich Asians, I cried in that wedding when they had the water and the scene and all that stuff. And this one, when she had the little butterflies coming up, I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, see,
Cute.
I told my coworker, we were talking about the wedding scene, and he was talking about, it reminded me of Crazy Rich Asians, and I was like, yeah, it's directed by the same guy, John M. Chu, right? And he's like, you're kidding.
That's funny.
It's like what?
No way.
You're lying.
That's like
Lion?
That's like they're saying. She's like, Glinda sounds a lot like Ariana Grande. That is Ariana, right? What?
Oh, get out.
Get out of here. No way.
We can't be friends.
Oh, cute.
So,
Thank you.
Grandmaster, do you think
Yes.
that like if you were a citizen of Oz, you would feel the same way about Madame Morble? Or is it like one of those like behind the curtain type things, like you don't realize that the wizard is bad until you see what's happening behind the scenes?
Let me tell you something. I have my grievances with Madame Morrible, but I know in Oz I'd be a munchkin. And I got my own munchkin problems. I can't even leave to go to the Emerald City to go visit my girl in the Emerald City. I have to show my papers. They said munchkins can't travel. Fuck Nessa Rose, man. I hate being a munchkin right
Bach
now.
looking ass. That's what you is. You
The
a
fuck?
Bach ass motherfucker.
Can,
For sure.
can we
Also,
talk
You know what?
about
And all
that?
the
The
girls.
munchkins,
That's what it is.
might have had it worse than the animals.
And you actually
First off,
see it.
what? That's crazy. Give me a go ahead. Please give that man the floor.
Oh,
The munchkins having it worse than the animals.
Actual slavery.
I know being
Well, the
put into
munchkins were
Aw.
slaves to
leave their
Nessa
house.
Rose. Listen, my first day working under the Nessa Rose administration, she told me, "Hey, go retrieve Bach from the train station and bring his ass back here, boy." I was like, "Okay."
She didn't even do that. She
Yes,
didn't even do
that's
that.
what
No,
happened.
She did
What do
no,
you
not
it's not.
do
They
mean?
did
that.
not
No.
retrieve her. They said when she passed the law that the animals need a visa to get out, she also put it for munchkins too. So he
That
got to the exit. He said, "Ah, shit, I can't leave," and then he just turned around. But there was
Kids.
nobody. It
He
wasn't
could
like
have
there was
went
like a.
anywhere.
It wasn't like there was. It wasn't like there was a car waiting for him, being
it
like,
was a
"Hey,
deleted
hop on
scene.
in."
Yes, yes. I went and picked up Bach and dragged
No,
his ass
it
back.
was like
It was such an Uber.
it's like, sweetie, you thought you could leave.
You're the Uber
thought-
driver in
The
Mikey
Uber
Man.
driver.
Right there.
It's uber locious. Absolutely.
He said that'll be $250 in gold bricks, please.
Correct. Um, that's something I want to see more oppression. I wanted to
Oh,
see Nessa
Jesus.
Rose really be the Wicked Witch of the East, and that's also something I
Actually,
felt.
I would.
I
I'm
think that she
honestly
did a good
gonna
job.
say no.
Mm.
You know, you said Nessa Rose. I think the most annoying character, and I think because she does a good job at making her annoying, is Nessa Rose for me.
I
For
feel we
sure.
could have had more from Nessa Rose. I
No.
did like what she gave us.
No. I think she did like with what they gave her. She did great. She made me hate her guts. It's like I think I hated her guts more than Madame Morrible. It's like because it's just like they're doing good things for you. They're trying to do good things for you. You spit in their face, you screw it up, and then you blame the person who helped you.
Right.
She's always been blaming people, which is
He's
good.
always
That's a
blaming
through,
people,
that's a
and it's
through
like
line.
no accountability, nothing. And it's just like always playing the fucking victim. It's like you're not the victim. It's like you're a bitch. That's what you are.
Ooh, ooh.
Well, this
Finally.
is all. This is definitely one true. Two, this is really good. That means she did her job very well.
No,
Because
yeah.
in the movie, I mean, she's a rich, spoiled girl. She's also disabled too, right? Obviously, so like she's going to have a lot of extra help. All these other things. Her dad spoiled her over Elphaba because of all the things.
Mhm.
But in the first movie, you saw her dad dies because he sees that Elva's a wicked witch and he has a heart attack, right? And so she probably maybe had a little resentment that she died because
She definitely did.
that her mom died because of Elphaba, right? Because Elphaba says that her dad hates her, and Nessa probably is like, well, kinda, because if your ass was in green, my mother would probably be here, right? But now the dad dies too, so she's just filled with hate, and her man ain't fucking her for real, bro. She really can't have it, dog. She really can't, and that's the fucking problem. Nessa really needed to just she needed to stay away from Bach, and you know who the fuck brought her there? Glinda. So I blame Glinda's ass for why Nessa never healed.
No,
because-
but yeah,
Wow.
it's just
Yes,
like
because
it is
Glinda handed a grandmaster hoop to her, and she needed to not get a grandmaster hoop. She
Correct.
needed to find a lady friend or something, or anyone else, because Bach wasn't laying it down. All he wanted was Glinda, and Nessa just there all alone in her little chair.
Bach probably laid it down here and
What?
there.
No,
Ew,
he did
no.
not.
Oh, come
Nar.
on. Yes, he
No.
did. You mean to tell me Bach never once
Laid down
Never.
the
X amount of
turnpike?
years?
Not if
Eventually
not
he
by
got
choice.
tired.
Not by choice. And by that, that's a problem.
Well, he was
Well,
lying to himself the whole time. So I imagine he was, oh God, this sounds terrible. He was probably thinking about Glenda the whole time.
He was
oh,
thinking about Glinda the whole time. For sure. For
Right.
sure he was thinking about Glinda the whole time. But no, Nessa
isn't
definitely was just like, no, Nessa was definitely just bitter, like bitter, bitter, bitter. And you could tell, and she played a really good job at being bitter because everyone hated her.
I
Oh
wanted
no, no,
more.
no! Like the actress, like she did great. Like she did great. She made me hate her. That's the point. But as a character, yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
because I feel like in the first movie, like she was not as much of a hated character. Like in my eyes, I feel like she was like, "Oh, I just want to go to school. Can you leave me alone?" But in this one, I felt like she went like off the deep end to be a very hated character.
Well, she's the Wicked Witch of the East, right? So there's that one. She definitely proved that.
Of
But
course.
two, to counteract your first point, yeah, no, bitches definitely still hate Nessa because
Oz
anyone who's listening,
does.
hell yeah, your sister's getting wrung out by everybody, and she's
yeah.
just there being like, can't say
No,
nothing for yo
no,
bitch
no, no.
ass.
And she makes it
Hell
about
no.
herself. She makes
Yes.
it's like in the first movie, Elphaba is a social pariah. Everyone avoids her, sees her like almost as a monster. They say mean things in her face and behind her back. And Nessa doesn't even like stay quiet. No, 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 no. Nessa gets mad at Elphaba for it's
You
like
couldn't
you're
let me
making a
have this
scene and
one moment.
embarrassing me. What the hell? They're bullying my ass.
Yes.
So
No,
it's
also she's just dumb. Like Nessa's just like not capable of like just standing on her own, which is unfortunate
Shut
because
Oh,
she's
the
also just
fuck
a
up.
oh,
I see where this can be
Oh my
turned
now
around.
God.
there
Right.
it is.
But I mean that in a figurative sense, even though in the literal sense there's that too. In the figurative sense, I mean she just never has had that chance to just do things her own way and really just stand in it. She's haunted by all the things that have all the burdens that have happened with her with her dad and her mom and just like how her sister she blamed like how you mentioned she's blaming everybody else and she hasn't taken any accountability for herself at all, you know. The final thing that she takes accountability for is when she fucks up Bach's heart, right?
and then
um
she blames it on
and then
Elphaba.
she ends up blaming Elphaba that he won't love her, right? Like he still doesn't love her after the fact
Yeah,
because he
it's
took away
like
the heart. But
Elphaba.
in the song she's singing, she's like, "Oh, like no, I'm the Wicked Witch of the East," and she's like, "Please just save her." And you think that she's finally having an accountability moment,
Yeah,
and then when she
nope.
blames Elphaba again, that's when Elphaba looks at her. She's like, "You know what, bitch? Goodbye," and she flies her ass out of there. And thank goodness she did.
Somebody posted a meme. They said, what is what does an angry chicken sound like?" And it's the scene with Nessa Rose and she's crying. She's like,
She is an angry chicken. And you know what? I don't know if anybody else was in the crowd like me, but when that house fell down on her, I clapped. I said, "Good. Send her packing. Bye."
no, we
Send
gotta
that
talk about,
why was she out there
packing.
in the
dude.
storm?
Hold up.
Oh, that
Hold
was definitely
Bach,
terrible.
where are
Yeah.
you, Bach? Come to me.
Well,
Boom.
everyone is in a house. She's like, I think he'll be out in the streets.
I think
It's
I'll
just
find him.
It's
I
just
think-
raining.
They said, we gotta help Nessa Rose get to shelter. Bitch, no, shut up. Let her stay out there.
Yeah, Munchkinland definitely is in Florida, bro. You know when they have like a hurricane in Florida and they just like, oh, category 3? That ain't gonna do shit. Let's get out here. Run the liquor.
Just like the
That's what
chair.
it happened.
It's just like the chair falling. Right here.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, you know, a running theme in the show is about how, you know, no good deed goes unpunished, and but how, you know, Elphaba is called the Wicked Witch while there's actually more wicked people running around, and they had a lot of comeuppance. Was Bach deserving of his fate? Was Nessa Rose deserving of her fate?
Yes.
Nessa, yes.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
yes.
On both.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bach
that's a
too,
yes.
bro.
I'm 50-50 on Bach. Yes, he did kind of deserve it, but at the same time, I will always look at Glinda for pushing him in that direction. That boy had his heartstrings pulled. He just wanted some Glinda. Some Glinda.
No,
He got his
man.
heartstrings
He
pulled.
he still manipulated Nessa though.
No, he
'cause
did. He
remember,
did.
He wanted to tell her a little confesso at the Bosca's ballroom.
Listen,
Oh,
Nessa,
no, not the
I'm gonna
Glinda-
confess
confessor.
her.
and then Glinda goes and kisses this man, and he's all like, oh, you know what? It's because you're beautiful. You stupid.
No, yeah, like
He's stupid.
Because you're beautiful.
No, like Nessa Rose. Nessa Rose is a bitch, but Bach also wasted her fucking time.
Bach's a pussy, bro. I
Bach,
can't.
Bach had trouble speaking his truth, and he strung her along for sure.
Which is bad.
What, to become a 10 man? Who wants to be a 10 man?
Because he was so full with heart. He kept bleeding with his heart, and that's why he had to lose his heart. Oh, they all lose the thing that, like, you know, was what they are known for.
A heart full metal.
I'll
Sure.
give Bach some
Alchemist.
grace just because despite his actions towards the end, he was like, Nessa, this gotta stop. I want to go home. And he was willing to stop. But Nessa never once, up until that damn house fell and cracked her skull, she never once repented or said, you know what, maybe I am being a bit of a bitch to my sister. Never once did. At least
Also-
Bach at the end was like, I'm ending this. I'm leaving.
Oh, Bach's story's not done though. He's not out of the
Oh
woods
no,
yet.
he's not.
Yeah, and then he fucking hated Elphaba for saving him.
Because he was missing the heart. He missed it.
Yeah, supposedly.
Right, because
Physically
it was-
incapable. Physically incapable.
It was Nessa who came and wheeled up to the book and was like, "Hamana, and then like went and shrank Bach's heart and gave him a mini heart attack.
Also, Elphaba ain't shit, because you gonna tell me Elphaba couldn't just go up and close that book like the second she started hearing this bitch go there. She's just out behind her like, Nessa, stop.
Pull your sister away.
Stop
Or you
doing
know
it.
what?
Kal-El, no.
Kal-El,
This-
no.
Oh no, the words that you're saying, they're not right, but you know what? I also understand the words you're saying, and girl, get him.
If his heart was shrinking too small, she could have shrunk him too, just into a tiny man, like a
She didn't know what she was
Tiny
saying though.
tiny
Or-
Bach.
That's what he gave.
You just
Tiny
hear
Bach.
the "What's he doing to me?" It's like something like that.
It's
Was
cool though that they gave like a little bit of showtime to like other witches that were out in that universe or other sorcerers, because I didn't realize that like Nessa had the ability to read the Grimoire even though she was pronouncing the words wrong.
So
Or
they
that
did a really
other-
good they did a really good thing in this movie where you almost hear it, and I don't know if you guys caught it or not, but in when Nessa smacks the table, right, and Bach's like saying something and he's like, Bach, enough, or whatever, and she smacks it, it's the same noise that in Wicked 1 when Elphaba gets frustrated with Madame Morrible about moving the coin, and she's like, ugh, I can't, boom, or whatever. I caught that because I was like, cool, that's interesting. That I was like, that's a good way to explain that she can have some type of magical powers, because she definitely had to have a little bit of something in order to do it, you know. And she's also Elphaba's sister, so that's where it makes it a little bit make sense. But yeah, they could have explained it a little bit further. I also kind of wish that she was already casting the spell a little bit like under her breath without Elphaba hearing her, so that way, like by the time Elphaba comes to intervene, it's like too late. But like it was within the second that it happened that I'm like, this doesn't seem real, because Elphaba could have stopped her, you know. But nah, she definitely has powers for sure. Like she has a little bit of power. She also was wearing those shoes, which I'm not even gonna get into that.
Yeah, so
Oh.
apparently in the book, when she puts on those shoes, she's able to like walk.
Walk.
Those
She's
shoes
able to
are
walk.
already enchanted.
So
Oh.
they changed that because in the Broadway show as well,
She can walk.
they would
yeah.
cast people who are not disabled, or handicapped, and it was being called ableist. So they changed that, which I think it was a good change to make her fly. And Apex pointed this out when we left the whole I want to feel like I did at the Oz Dust, where I felt like I was floating. I thought they handled that change really well.
Yeah, that was cool.
But
That
also,
was
like,
fine.
if she kept the shoes. So, like, when she was looking for like Bach, why the fuck didn't she just fly around? You know?
Huh.
Right.
It's like, fuck!
Because then I'm also because I'm also like, where was the legs underneath the house? Where was the wheelchair underneath the house? It would have been cool if she could still fly around and then she gets caught up in the
You
windstorm
just
or
see
some
like
shit, and
you
the
just see
windstorm
like
like
the
gong and brings her in or something.
you
But
just see like the panoramic shot of like Superman when he's flying.
Oh, the
no,
might as
tank
well.
no,
Might as
Oh,
well.
that'd be
no.
so funny.
Actually, I was low-key hoping for like a view from Dorothy's window of someone flying like in that tornado, like they did it in The Wizard of Oz. Like in The Wizard of
Yeah,
Oz,
yeah, yeah.
her teacher is like the Wicked Witch, and like she sees her out the window. So like I thought it would be cool to either see Elphaba or to see Nessa flying around.
I think that lady in the Wizard of Oz is her neighbor, but it
No,
could be her
it's
teacher.
Elmira Gulch, and she's like the
The
leader of the
teacher or
county.
the baby. Yeah, her. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like the Wicked Witch. Yeah, yeah. But that would have
yeah.
been cool. That would have been cool. But it's again, we're not the directors. They did what they did, and we critique what they
Well,
did.
I think that's a point of that's something. If you're gonna add an hour of content into this and making it an hour longer than the Broadway show, I think they honestly should have leaned in more to the Wizard of Oz stuff.
I
I think I
agree.
would have loved to see kind of Elphaba or Cynthia kind of play out some of those iconic Wicked Witch scenes and just hear from her, because I feel that is kind of the problem with part two, act two, is that there's so much you need to be in place for Dorothy when she arrives that it seems like it is a rush to get those characters where they need to be so the Dorothy story can happen. So I'm like, if that's what you want to have ready, give us Elphaba in those moments. I would have loved to see Elphaba arrive on the scene and be like, who did this to my sister? You know, and terrorize the Munchkins, and then she disappears in that flame, and then she appears, and then her and Glinda have her one-on-one and whatnot. I feel they could have leaned if they I just felt that's always been the problem with Act Two, is like just set up for the Wizard of Oz. But here I thought we could have gotten more. And I think I would appreciate that, because
I agree.
and I see the issue too. You don't see the Scarecrow at all in this film, which I think is dumb.
Well, you don't see it in the play either.
Yeah,
I know.
But they showed way more the Scarecrow
that's
than
true.
in the play, because in the play the only indication that they have of Fiero being the Scarecrow is like right when, which I wish they did this too, because in the music, um, when they take him away, he gets like on the cross like a crucifixion, and they like take him away like that, and Glinda goes and she's like Fiero, and then Elphaba also says Fiero, and then it kind of like leads right into the song, which would have been awesome. But in No Good Deed, obviously you see Fiero getting his ass whooped and handed to him, and that totally gives away that he's the Scarecrow, as opposed to in the Broadway show you don't see all that because you can't, and he just shows up at the end, and you're just like, why the fuck is the Scarecrow there? And you're like, oh my god, it's Fiero, and that's it. But
Yeah, I think like to that point, because we kind of already know that he's going to be the Scarecrow, like even me going into it and not seeing the play, I kind of gathered that he was going to be one of the characters from Wizard of Oz. Like they should have showed a little bit more of that. And I do wish that there were more nods to the original Wizard of Oz. Like I was honestly waiting for something to happen with the poppy seeds and like her casting the spell to like have him fall
Come
asleep or
on.
something. Like I was
so
hoping for some more references to the Wizard of Oz. And I get it, they took a little bit more freedom when they made that movie, back in the 1920s or 30s.
39. Yep.
39.
Yep. 1939.
So I mean, I don't know. I did wish that there was just a little bit more Oz or Wizard of Oz in it, but I think the whole movie, and I think we talked about this at one point, it felt like it was dragging, but then also rushing
Hmm.
a little
Are
bit.
you rushing or are you
I
dragging?
I was
think
setting you up for that
I
one.
think to kind of to agree with you there. I think the thing with Act Two, and you see it in the Broadway, it's like you're juggling so many things at once that there's some storylines that kind of like drag, while some you kind of forget about them and then you jump into them and you like it's kind of like you remember, oh, I gotta finish them. I gotta like tie
Yeah.
up these loose ends. It's not like they legit forget, but you're dealing with Elphaba, you're dealing with Glinda. It's like now you have like Dorothy, like the Wizard of Oz, like Wizard of Oz or whatever, like the movie in itself. So you're dealing with three things there. And it's again, I think
They're
it's
not given equal like
yeah, they're not.
shares. Yeah.
And I think I know Broadway, like it's two acts. You do two acts. I think Wicked is one of those that I think would have shined more if it's three acts.
Oh, oh,
Wow.
You're
A
right. It should have been it
trilogy.
should have been
It
a
should have
trilogy.
it
It
should
should
have
have
been
been a
a
trilogy.
trilogy. Like I
The third
think
one's called Wicked Good Riddance. Uh, no.
wow, that's not bad.
no,
The
it's
third one
like
should have been called Wicked for
I
Good.
I think they try to juggle too much in this movie and in the second act that you kind of lose a little bit, like you lose a little bit of it all because yeah, some things are rushed, some things drag on.
I don't
Yeah,
know because like
it is that. It's that there's too much, right? And that's the reason like everybody knows this who's seen the show as well is that that second act is action heavy, but it doesn't feed to the story, right? It doesn't make they don't give
Yeah.
enough time for it. That's why they lost best musical in the first place for there. They didn't even win best musical that year. Avenue Q
Damn,
won it.
damn.
Um
Avenue Q, the
yeah,
Muppets.
correct, honey. They said wrong puppets, girl. But that act two, yeah, it's just too rushed, and you could see it. You could see it happens in the show for that. In terms of like the Wizard of Oz, I mean, I don't know if they have the rights to that. I don't know if they could do
They
certain
don't
things like
have the
that.
rights to the
So like there,
MGM
so there,
39.
so there's like delays with it. But one thing, since we're like now diving into like complications with like Wizard of Oz and just the show in general, when they filmed this movie, they filmed both movies together
Together.
simultaneously though. They
Yes.
didn't do it chronologically. So I think that's very important to do that. So for instance, the first scene that like I think they just released a video, the cinematographer or whatever she mentioned, she's like the first scene they did was popular, right? And then the second scene they did was the girl in the bubble.
Oh,
So
that's crazy.
Wow.
so
Wow.
they did like the last scene they ever did was Defying Gravity. So
And it showed.
knowing that now, it kind of annoys me a little bit because I'm like, dang, like that's kind of doesn't feed well for the second movie because the buildup, if I'm shooting different scenes at different times, right, I might feel a different way year two of producing this movie than year one, right?
Mm.
And so I don't know if that maybe played a role into it or not. But I
Yeah.
definitely think they maybe should have went a little bit more linear with how they wanted to go, as opposed to cutting the scenes and doing it over that time. But scheduling things like that, I'm sure that's why we're not in the movies. They're in the movies. They did what they had to do, and I think they did a good job. But it needed to be fleshed out a little better. And
No,
in
I
this
think
specific movie, it could get really complicated real fast if you're just throwing scenes left and right and not going in a linear track.
yeah, I didn't know that. That's actually like
That's
really
kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
I'll find the clip and I'll
and
send it to
but I
you.
think it's like the movie kind of fails where the Broadway fails.
And that's probably my biggest issue with the movies. I put all this expectation to be better than the Broadway show, and it kind of is on par.
well, I mean, like
It's like
even
it
like
failed
just,
exactly where the Broadway failed.
but like even seeing it like on Broadway, I feel like the action scenes that were on Broadway, I'm assuming would be a lot more actionable. Like you get to like see it, you get to feel it, you get to see like a human fly through the air with the special effects if they can.
Oh, there's
When
not that many special effects.
okay, but like still like when you're in a movie and you're watching it, it's like okay, cool. Like I've
It
seen
felt like
a lot of
fluff in
movies.
the movie. You
Yeah.
know, it they said we gotta make this runtime. We gotta extend, like, let's add some action scenes here. Let's, I don't know, but yeah, more or less still, it's like it felt like fluff, and
Yeah.
it really was. Now, with that said, they did nail. I think the musical scenes are probably the best part of this movie.
Oh yeah.
I think, which is not saying a lot because part one still like
Again,
laughs.
it's like part one. There's not a single skippable song in that entire act
Who
one.
are you skipping in
There's
this
a
one?
couple.
And
Oh
Sentimental
well,
Man,
no,
Sentimental Man could have
actually,
gone.
oh
That
yeah,
little the
actually,
Oz
yeah.
could have gone.
Scratch what I just said. A Sentimental Man. That's like that's
That
my
one could go.
that's
You're
my.
skipping something
See,
bad.
I
You're
literally
skipping
forgot that song existed.
Hell no,
some.
don't be something bad is
Something
a
bad?
bop, bro. Don't
So
play
You're
Something
that.
no, you're
bad.
skipping something bad. Stop.
Hell no.
Damn, I
Nothing
forgot.
really
Don't
bad.
do Peter Dinklage like that.
Oh,
Hell
my
nah.
poor Tyrion Lannister.
Correct.
No, but
Who
this
are you
one,
skipping
I
in
think
for
it's
good?
like I remember more songs of the first one.
Yeah.
So
I
have you
remember a lot more
re-listened?
songs.
Have you re-listened to this album since?
No,
Ooh.
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I know I
same.
have.
I have not.
I have listened
no,
to it
it's
at
like
least 10
like
times.
the songs I like of this one is no, like No Good Deed, As Long as You're Mine, and For Good.
Okay,
So all the
the
ones
three
with
best songs.
Alphaba.
Yes. The three best songs. I think As Long as You're Mine was a really good scene. I like how they did that.
Fiero
What's
can
so
fucking
funny?
get
What's so
it. If
funny?
It's
Fiero
just
listens to this
unexpected.
Yo,
podcast,
Fiero.
I mean Jonathan Bailey, sir, please hit me up, darling. I'll be Alphaba. Just let me know the day and time. We don't gotta keep it PG. In fact, it won't be PG.
Well, I was
if we
looking
meet
at
up.
Cynthia.
I promise you that.
I was like, Cynthia showing some leg. Okay.
Wow. Well, you could have her. No, you can't.
Nice little.
She likes women
I
like
am
you.
aware. I am
So-
aware. But she said, "Kiss me too fiercely." I love that line. I was like, "Oh
Listen,
yeah, kiss. I want to know you're here with me right now."
Except they don't.
that
Kiss.
entire scene can get packed up and go in the trash because of that last bit at the end where, ooh, I'm feeling wicked.
Wicked. First
I
off,
cannot.
that's in the Broadway show.
I'm like,
That's in the Broadway show.
That is in the
I'm
Broadway
like, pack it up.
And in the Broadway show, they're like on top of each other, like touching each other the whole time, just singing like passionately to another. One of the things that people in the Broadway, like people who see the Broadway, have like mentioned online is like, why is it this whole song they just like walking around this room and how you getting naked and putting on more clothes like, like at the same time, which I understood.
It's rated PG.
It's rated PG. I get it. But they still did a really good job.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bailey, and Cynthia Erivo play straight very well. Brava, they're great actors. But oh man, I was in the theater. I mean, y'all know, y'all were there, but in the theater, I was definitely quivering. I was definitely holding on to everything. I was just like, God, this man is so fine. And when Alphaba, oh my God, when he's singing and he's like, "You're beautiful," and it's singing through a different perspective, and she starts crying. Felt that
Aw.
bitch. Sometimes when you are in those vulnerable moments and you're about to have your first time with someone that you really care about, like when they tell you that you're beautiful and
my
all
God,
your
here
skin
we
and
go.
vulnerability, man, what a moment for her. But
Oh.
also, you know what? She is that girl. And some people were giving a lot of shit. They're like, how the fuck you gonna fuck your best friend's man the same night of their wedding?
The
That's
same
crazy.
night.
Because that
The
fucking
same
bitch
night.
Glenda deserved it. Duh.
Damn. They said, you know what? He really loved me. So now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show him what he been missing.
Something wicked.
Something wicked. And damn right she did.
Yo,
And
Green.
it was cool that she was the first one to take off her clothes first. Because he was like in the mirror scene looking around her and stuff. And then the first thing she does is take off her. So I said, oh, Elba knew what the fuck she was going to get into. And she
Well, I
sure as
think,
hell did.
we were talking to Rose the crafter, and I was like, "What do you think she goes to bed in that black outfit every
Yes.
single night, like in those boots? Like she just wakes up with the hat on and ready to go about her day? No, she gotta get comfortable, you
To
know.
wear her sex frock.
Yeah.
A frock into a frock.
That's her fuck. Her sex fuck frock.
Wow, there you go. There it is.
You're green.
I know.
Oh,
Yes.
see, that would have been hot.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, come on. The wonderful sequence was way too long.
Oh, we're going back to the beginning.
Well,
Oh.
just real quick, since we're talking about musical sequences, but we
No.
didn't talk about Wonderful yet, which I think is hilarious. I need to mention it here. In Apex, you'll remember. Remember when Dr. Jace was like, "Wait a minute, Jeff Goldblum's Elphaba's father. He's in the beginning."
oh, also, Dr. Jace,
Correct.
I was sitting right next to you when we were discovering that. I'm like, oh my God, that kind of sounds like Jeff Goldblum.
D-
And you're like, "Oh, it kind of does." And I'm like, what if that's like her dad? And you're like, oh my God, it probably is. Watch the movie, Doris. Shut up.
Nah. Dr. Jace'Attorney was like, "You mean to tell me that a wizard is the father of Alphaba?" we're like, okay, so if you like look at the soundtrack and you look at No One Mourns the Wicked, it says featuring Jeff Goldblum. Who is that? That's the dad.
Listen, I wasn't looking.
We gaslit him so hard.
I just remember that beginning song in Wicked One.
Sentimental
Right?
Man.
Sentimental
No,
Man.
he's talking about have another drink, my dark-haired beauty.
Right, and I'm like, that's Jeff Goldblum's voice.
Yes, but also in Sentimental Man, he explains that he's always wanted to be a father.
He didn't catch
I
that.
know,
He
I
didn't
did.
catch
I
that.
did. No, I did. I remember telling even Apex after the movie, I'm like, that scene where he's saying to Elphaba, I'm like, he's literally telling her, I've always wanted a family. I've always wanted a
Correct.
daughter. And then y'all gaslit me for a whole year, telling me, no, that's
No,
dumb.
I asked you and I said, "Do you want to know or no?" And you're like, don't tell me. And I said, "Okay."
But no, he called it out. He said Jeff Goldblum's listed in the soundtrack, and we then said we're like, okay, everybody's listed in every single song. It says the Wicked cast. Hello.
Yeah. That was definitely Grandmaster Hoop. Yep. I was gonna say. But
Terrible.
Wonderful. Since we're talking about Wonderful, obviously in the Broadway show, it's just the Wizard and just Elphaba. And John Chu came out in an interview and mentioned that they made the creative decision to put Ariana Grande, Glinda in there. And so some people were kind of like, what the fuck? Like, why is he in there? Some people were like, oh, she's on there because Jeff can't carry the song. Right. They also added new stuff because that little defying gravity part was just
Oh
like,
God, I didn't
that
need
was
that.
new.
I didn't need
The
that.
whole thing was different, little dance sequence. I think that like in some pros, obviously, it adds a little more whimsicalness because the second act is so dreary. Um, but John True's main point was that he wanted to have Glinda part of it because he didn't believe that in that universe, Alphaba would believe the Oz, and just all of a sudden like be okay. You know what I'm saying? But if Glinda was a part of it and was like a part of that messaging, then Alphaba might be more convinced. So that's a little bit why I wanted to bring that up because I know we haven't talked about that yet. But I think that was an interesting choice for sure.
I can
What's your
believe
thoughts
that.
on that?
I think that works. I also think that really works because I think they really did center, obviously it is Elphaba and Glinda's story. So I really think they honed that in by including her. But at the same time, I think they really undersold the whole wizard as her father. Like I feel that was almost entirely dropped to where the reveal at the end of the movie, I feel it didn't matter. It felt like Jon Snow learning he was a Targaryen.
No, but in the Broadway, but in the Broadway, it's like that too. It's
I
like
think it hits a little better in the Broadway
I
show.
think. Well, hold on. Does everyone else agree with that? Because I definitely think they oversold him. I think the opposite because they made him like an alcoholic and he was drinking that bottle the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, oh, like he's all this like super antsy and he can't move without drinking his little green elixir. But in the Broadway show, like Glinda doesn't know about that green bottle until the very end when like Elphaba is quote
Right.
unquote dead. So that's what makes it like bigger. But like throughout the movie, Glinda's been seeing him with the green bottle, so it wasn't that big of an impact. So I think they oversold the fact that like, oh, like just in case you missed it, he's been drinking all this time. It has to be him.
Yeah, and in the movie,
yes.
it made him feel like he was like not really the one that was making all the plans, that it was Madame Morrible. So like I don't know. I don't know. Like it just felt like more so like he's drinking because he's uncomfortable with her plans in all of this, and that he's just like
He's
a
just
figurehead
complacent.
and he's like a puppet
He's a
while the real
figurehead.
Wicked Witch is doing stuff in
Mhm.
the background.
I just
Yeah.
felt him as the father though had no weight, and when they revealed it at the end, it didn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah.
it did not change the ending of the film at all. Like the revelation, like
Also, I just had an epiphany. There was a famine going on because they didn't have food
before. Yep.
because
Before,
there was
yeah.
a drought, and Madame Marble controls the weather.
It's
Right.
all part of the plan
It is all
to
part of the
blame
plan.
the animals.
This
If you
is
want
true.
control, Mr. Wizard, we need someone to blame. We blame the animals. Yeah. Oh God, the wizard is the wizard. It's fine.
I don't know. But
Uh,
beyond that, Wonderful was a mid sequence.
you know what else was mid?
Yeah.
I'm not that girl reprise mid.
It was cool though
Oh,
that it was
what?
at the wedding scene because in the Broadway show it's like they just go away and it's just like
Oh, just her singing.
she's on like the bridge or whatever and sings it and they go underneath the bridge like they're escaping Oz, right? And then after she does I'm Not That Girl, it goes into As Long as You're Mine, like musically, like the actual
Yes.
song like transition. In this one it doesn't, but it's cool that they did it on the actual
Wedding.
wedding
I like
because
that.
I
I like
like
it.
because
Yeah.
that. I
because
like that.
that was new, but I do think yeah, I wish she sang it a little bit more. It felt a little bit like
Too
whatever. It
emotional.
felt like
Like she's.
it felt like that monologue from Lion King when they did Be Prepared. The monologue
Oh God, it was not
said,
that bad. He's talking about the 2019
Oh, I
version
still haven't
where,
seen that. I have no
oh my
idea.
God, Chiwetel Ejiofor just talks throughout the whole thing. He's like, uh,
Be prepared.
no, well, he's like, be prepared for the murkiest scam, meticulous planning, tenacity spanning.
right. So I'm Not That Girl. I was like, man, I wish they if you go get that liberties, maybe she has a little bit more vocal in there, especially because Ariana, like,
Well, she's been
like
killing every other vocal she's been given, and it's just like, can you let her loose?
right, right. Or like add some more sequencing or just whatever. It just was mid. It felt transitional and whatever.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. No good deed though.
We're there now. We're
Yeah,
here.
now we're here. Now we're here. Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
It's the best song. It
I
might be the best song of the whole
No.
two parts.
No.
what?
No.
Yeah.
But it is good. It is
No Good
good.
Deed is really freaking good.
It is good.
Like it gave me chills, like when it came on.
The sequence was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, when she starts flying, when she comes into that castle, and she's like, oh, and the wind starts blowing, and the monkeys go everywhere, and the freaking book starts, and then it goes like El Canovana. Oh my god, that was they killed it. They killed it. My only grievance is that I wish, and this is like a double-edged sword because I kind of liked it too. When they're showing like Fierro get beat up, right? I was like, dang, I kind of wish you just did it and you just like left it on her, and we just had to like think what the hell's happening to Fierro,
Yeah.
But nah, man, it was so good. The fire rocks that turned the fire going in there.
Yeah.
The vocal choices that she made. She did a bunch of riffs that are from like people who riff from Broadway, but she did them her own way too. Um, it's her Wicked for Good, definitely for good, No Good Deed, sorry, is a little bit more of a defeated way, and a little bit angry. Like on the Broadway show, she's a lot more angry. Like her alphabet, I think a lot of people agree that Cynthia Erivo's alphabet is different than like any alphabet, but this one she's a little bit more defeated and it's like damn, like she's just like y'all really just beat me up and now you know what, I'm about to pop the fuck off.
No,
So
yeah, it's like I have nothing else to lose. It's like might as well go ham.
right,
Because
right,
right, if this is who you think I am, this is who
I'll
you
give you
want me to
that.
be. Right, I'll be that.
right.
Um,
And it comes from
Okay.
a place of love. It comes from a place of love. I think that's what it is. Cynthia Erivo, like it's still coming from a place of love throughout No Good Deed. Where in the Broadway show, it's like no more love. It's like pure fucking anger, and I'm about to wreck everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the only difference. But no, the vocal choice is immaculate. Kudos to Miss Cynthia Erivo. That was the show stealer. As long as your mind is really what brought me back in, and I'm like, okay, cool, like we're like here. But No Good Deed, the whole crowd was like clapping for her. She deserved it.
I think during our show I didn't applaud because I don't believe in clapping in the middle of a movie unless it's a Marvel movie. People were applauding. I was like, oh God,
Also, it's
yes.
not true. Everyone here knows, well, not everyone, definitely in Dr. Jace Attorney during Sonic 3. Oh, clap, clap,
That
clap,
was
clap,
Dr.
clap.
Jace Attorney. That
And
wasn't
you
me.
were there with
No,
me.
you're a
and
dweeb,
you were
bro.
there
I
with
wasn't
me.
clapping during Sonic.
You were. You're like, they're doing the thing, the reference. They're doing it.
Whatever. The point is, Cynthia Erivo, I think there's no better choice for Elphaba. There's no better choice for Elphaba.
Yeah, like Cynthia Erivo absolutely just blows it out of the park. It's like No Good Deed gave me chills. I was just like, oh, okay.
She nails that emotion in the song.
Yeah, no,
too.
because you feel it. Like,
yeah,
it's the song is powerful. It's like desperate. It's a desperate song. It's a song of desperation. Like, and you just feel like everything is going up in flames. Like, and it's so ominous at the same time, right? It's
Nessa,
like
Dr. Dillerman.
That sequence was fire
Fierro.
because in the Broadway show, they don't show you like all like the things, like they don't come and visit her. She just says the words, obviously. But man, that sequence when she sees like Dr. Dillerman comes up and Nessa starts coming up, like when she was like nice and good and stuff, man, you know what? They ate with this. They definitely ate.
and there you go.
Incorrect notes.
Off
This is
key,
why you got a 54.
Don't
Correct.
start with me.
Thank
Don't
you.
start with
Thank
me.
you.
Yeah, no, best sequence. I think in your trilogy idea, I feel you can cut it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like this, like No Good Deed is the perfect ending for like a second movie in a trilogy.
Yeah.
That's a perfect ending.
These ideas are really good.
You better
Yeah,
write
it's
them
the
down.
perfect ending because it's like the third act. It's like, okay, you want the Wicked Witch? I'm gonna give you the Wicked Witch. Boom, and there you can really flesh it out.
And then the next movie, she tortures and terrorizes Dorothy and Toto for a good portion of the movie. And Glinda's like, "Why are you doing this? I killed my sister. I killed Dr. Dillerman. I killed Fierro." See, boom, boom.
Wow, what an original thought.
It's not that original, no.
I know it's not original.
But no, I think it's the best number in the film for sure, without a doubt. The March of the Wicked Witch.
Which
Stupid.
one was that one?
That's the one when they're gonna kill her. They're like, hunt her and find her and kill her, and they were like, that the lion.
Like I
have a personal score to settle with her.
For a reason, for some reason that scene, I was just thinking of Beauty and the Beast. Kill the beast.
Oh yeah, no, it's the mom song.
It's the same one.
Thinking
It's
of
the same
that.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, but this is the only the thing that's stupid about it. It was good until like what was dumb was Dorothy. Man, they're terrible. Dorothy's just walking with Toto on a leash, right? First off, out here while every single person,
Everyone with
like,
torches.
everyone is like, go and find her and kill her. And she's just walking around like, well, I'm just taking a nightly stroll.
This
out
ain't my
here.
problem.
She said, this ain't my fucking problem. I'm just trying to get home. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And they're like, "No, kill the witch."
Right. And so that is what took me out. Like that. And then after the whole thing, they're like, yeah, let's go kill her. And then right when they get to the gate, they're like, oh, but wait, we have work tomorrow. We can't go. You guys gotta go. We'll just walk you out.
That was so I hated that so much. I said, because oh man, yeah, Bach got them all hyped too.
And then they just leave.
And yeah, and then like they've been making fun of the lions part where,
Go ahead. Tell them what they did to you.
They got me out of my cage. And it's like, oh, come the fuck on.
right.
People are just dumb, but it's a good transition song in the Broadway show. It's a good transition
It's
song.
better. It's better in the Broadway show than it was here.
It
Cause
it would have been good if they just took out Dorothy. Dorothy really is what took me
Fucking
out.
yeah,
Dorothy
yeah.
with Dodo's bitch ass was the dumbest thing ever for sure from it. But
But they love Ethan Slater in that line. They said he absolutely killed that line.
yes, and what was cool was when Glinda finally she
Solved the
sings.
Tin Man.
Well, Glinda does that, and then she sings like the
Oh,
girl
the
in the
girl in
bubble,
the
the
bubble.
girl in the bubble, and then she like in this specific sequence, she gets on like
Fiero's horse.
the horse, right? In the
Yep.
first movie, if you watch the first movie after when she says, "Oh, on the 13th hour, the Wicked Witch died," and you know, like the monkey comes out in the very beginning, like the very, very beginning, you'll see a horse leaving the castle,
You see the
and people
horse.
thought it was like Fiero the whole time, but it's actually her. So that's like the best part of that whole little sequence there. But man, we can get into the girl in the bubble, and we didn't never got into No Place Like Home, so we might as well just get
We
through these
basically
originals.
our whole talk about the animals. I mean, we could talk about it here too, but
Just talk about
both
these original songs. Let's talk about
both
these
the
original
both
songs.
both the original songs, take them out. Trash, trash. They're just Oscar baited songs, and you can tell that they are the new original songs because they just don't fit. They don't fit,
Oh, the
and I
girl.
don't like them. They're basic. They're so basic.
Someone popped your bubble.
Steven Schwartz is a lyrical genius. It did not show here.
First off, don't come from a Steven Schwartz, okay?
I am, because I called him a genius.
Yes, but No Place Like Home I think was a good song, and Girl Bubble I think were both good songs. I think that they just were not bangers. They were like a little bit above mid, but they just were not bangers. Um like they needed like a really big like high note moment, like Frozen 2 Into the Unknown. Like they needed
Oh,
like a moment to be like,
yeah.
you know what, if nothing else, this song right here, 8 down. And like story wise, sure, there was there, but the No Place Like Home was cool because it comes from Elphaba. Kind of annoying for people who know Wizard of Oz because then it never is referenced again throughout the Wicked thing. Like, how does Dorothy know that she has to click those three heels and be like, "No Place Like Home"? Like, when they tell Glinda, we never know. And Girl in the Bubble, the best part was the cinematography, for sure.
Mhm.
When they did like the whole thing through the mirrors and all that stuff, and it's all reflective. I think that like the commentary of it was good, and the vocal was nice for Ariana, but it needed a little bit more. Like, it needed like a moment, like
Yeah,
a
like none of
big
those
note.
songs in itself are bad. They just
They're
don't
not
pack a punch.
great.
They don't pack a punch.
Yeah.
Like for
They're
something
forgettable.
that's original, it
Hmm.
doesn't pack a punch. And against like I think like one song that's like an original from like a musical movie. It's like the Beauty and the Beast live action.
Ah.
Like Evermore.
Hmm.
Like
Great song.
Evermore is a fantastic song. And How Does a Moment Last Forever? Those are two original songs. Everything else is from like the musical in itself, but those two songs are extraordinary.
You
They
know what
need
this
to
Listen,
reminds me?
listen.
listen from Dreamgirls, Beyonce. They needed a Beyonce
Oh,
song.
wow.
They
That was an
needed it,
original
honey.
song. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if this gets nominated an Oscar. I feel like it's off hype because Girl in the Bubble and No
It
Place
is
Like
for
Home.
sure off of hype.
Like, I
Girl in
don't
the Bubble
know.
was not that great. Like
This
Ariana carries the song because of her vocals. Like Ariana's vocals are out of this world, and Cynthia Erivo's vocals are out of this world. But the song in itself
well, I
is
just also feel the song undercuts for good a little bit. Like the girl in the bubble is her come to Jesus moment where she
yeah.
realizes,
And
she
for
needs to
good
pop
is
the bubble.
basically
That as well,
exactly
right?
yeah.
So
Well,
I feel
they fill in story wise, which is I like that I'm saying the story wise it made sense in my opinion because I don't think it undercuts it because really in the Broadway show that was the problem was the grievance was how the fuck does Glinda arrive to this whole
oh,
sisterhood
really? Is
of
that what
like
people
for good
say?
because right before that moment they get into a slap fight over Fierro.
And it's
Oh,
like,
And then
okay,
all of a sudden
okay.
she gets there. So it's like, how the fuck did she get there? You know what I'm
Fine.
saying?
I'll give it points for that then. If that
And
is the intention.
and then like for No Place Like Home, like your whole animal sequence that you're looking for is that, right? And so like it did a good job story wise. I think just sonically as a music, I'm like, bro, you needed to make them hits, and they weren't hits. They
and there
were
were
like
hits.
they were mid, they were above mid, but not hits.
You know what? I hate to say this. These songs are forgettable. And despite how much I hate the Speechless song in the Aladdin live action adaptation,
Should have called her Jasmine
I'll
because she
never forget that
carried.
song. I'll never forget that song.
Because she carried. They should have
It
called that movie
lives rent
Jasmine.
it lives rent free, you know. Speechless, speechless.
They should have got Alan Menken for Wicked for Good.
Oh hell no, 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 no,
Hell
no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. But yeah, that's how out of place they feel.
It's okay. Girl in the Bubble was cute. Little Ariana, she needed a little bit more work to carry her side of the part for
Oh,
whatever. Because
leave her
little
alone.
Alphaba, little Nessa carried. I'm sorry, little
Oh
girl,
my
but
gosh.
it's okay. She's young. She's gonna have more roles. She'll have more
She's
roles than
gonna
all of us
grow
combined.
from this.
Correct. But it was cute. It was a good little giving her a reason, but whatever. It transitions to For Good. For Good. Get into that,
All
please.
right, I will start by saying I wish when we saw Wicked, we saw it the part one. We saw it the Thursday night, and then we immediately saw it the following Sunday, and I bawled my fucking eyes out during Defying Gravity. By the end of it, and I wanted to feel similar emotions. Just this whole culmination, all that we've been building to. And maybe it is because they played For Good so much through the trailer, which I get it. They had to. It tonally and emotionally it makes sense that
Yep.
they give you tidbits of it throughout the trailer. And I just wasn't in it. I wasn't in it. Like it was sung beautifully. Probably the best I ever heard it. Listening to this album again, I'm like, put Kristen and Idina to bed because I don't care about them anymore. These two,
Crazy.
I don't need them. I don't need them.
Disrespectful.
I don't need them. I don't want them, and I don't need them.
They don't know who you, they don't know who you are.
are.
They said Bach. Looking ass.
It's fine. It's
But
fine.
before we get into the song of For Good, maybe the scene of the For Good is to make more sense. So, for instance, when she's like, "Get in there and give me those damn shoes" or whatever. First off, stupid as hell. I'm like, give her the motherfucking shoes. This is the dumbest shit ever. But whatever. She said, but Dorothy said, "You know what, bitch? I'm from this broke ass town. This shit is what's gonna get me out the hood in Nebraska or in Kansas City. I need these shoes more than you." It's like that's why she ain't taking off the shoes. But no, but there before that, what's really cool is that Alva finds out that Fierro's dead, supposedly, because he gets like a little bit of the scarf of Fierro, and it says that. And for those who don't know, they had this plan all along from As Long As You're Mine, right afterwards, because that's why she goes to that castle and that whole thing. But if you notice, like when on the thing, she's like, "Oh, how does she find out that he's dead?" My theory, and I'm sure most people's theory, is that he wrote something on that, and they don't show it in the movie, which I wish they did. That he's good and he's alive or whatever, and he's gonna come and get her, because right after that, she goes and makes a bucket of water. Why the fuck does she make a bucket of water? Is because of, obviously they say it's gonna melt her. But I kind of didn't like that they made it a bucket of water, because it's again one of those things. Is like they're making it so obvious that it makes it so random. Because now when I watch For Good, when she's like, "Oh, you can't tell anybody that I'm alive," or like, "You can't tell anybody. You have to keep them as Wicked for Good. Don't look at me with our eyes. Look through their eyes." It kind of feels a little bit manipulative beyond like the genuine moment, because I'm like, oh, she's like also trying to make sure Glinda doesn't find out or figure it out so she can figure out her escape plan too, you know? So I don't know. I don't know if y'all caught on to that or not. But I feel like that part took a little bit away emotionally, and that's why when I kept thinking of that, I could not cry when I watched For Good because I was like, this feels a little bit manipulative, Elphaba, as opposed to like in the Broadway show, you can't they don't have an opportunity to explain all that. So you're just like, oh man, it's really sad, and they're gonna really kill her this time, you know? But whatever. I don't know. I don't know what everyone else's thoughts are on that whole sequence.
I mean, did Glinda have to think she's dead? Did she really have to?
Yeah, I was
She
like,
can't lie or pretend, right? She's been living this lie with a wizard.
They wanted to pull a Code Geass.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. I guess they could have pulled the Code Geass, could have pulled the Death Note, the whole thing, just a fake death, right? But Glinda's just silly, and Glinda believes it is crazy. And also the fact that it's like only Dorothy and Elphaba in the shadow scene of the closet. I like the closet. That was cool, whatever. And supposedly that closet scene was like improv or not improv, or she just knew she had to get to the closet, but she didn't know everything else, like all the lines and stuff. So when they say I love you, like that wasn't in the script. Like she actually does say I love you because they don't say it in the Broadway show. Um, but when it's just them two, I'm like, where the hell is Wizard of Oz commentary? Because in the actual Wizard of Oz, everybody else is in the room too.
Correct.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And also when she's like melting you, and they open the doors, those doors are fucking huge. Okay. Like they're
Also,
like
don't they
ginormous.
open up?
Correct. So I'm like, how the fuck do you do all this stuff? So the only explanation is Dorothy was in on this fucking plan too, bro. That has to be that. And also, if she wasn't on this plan, I know Dorothy's bitch ass was mad as fuck sitting down in that fucking corridor listening to these fucking girls wail about all their fucking feelings. And she's like, bitch, get the show on the road. I'm trying to go home. Like,
I'm trying
damn.
to go home and make some good bucks with these slippers.
Correct, correct. And I'm like, man, they should have explained that. I made it like the super grand master plan, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. The For Good sequence was all right. I
Actually,
don't know.
I do laugh every time Ariana Grande is like, "Who is this girl?" Like when she made commentary of Dorothy, and she's like, "Why is she always here?"
She hates that hoe. And I understand. But I don't know. Did y'all like For Good as well too?
I
I
think
don't know.
the song I loved it, but I still stand. No Good Deed Goes Unpunished is the best song of the movie.
Yeah, I agree.
That I like
Yeah, I did
for
think that
sure.
For Good was gonna hit a little bit harder, but I don't know. I didn't really leave the movie taking any of the songs away that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play this again when I get home. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, that was a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like No Good Deed Goes Unpunished, like even though it's a really, 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 really good song, I didn't download any of the songs on my Spotify. The first movie I downloaded, I think like four or five. Um, and I think that's kind of like a little like testament of like how good the first one is, I think, or how hard the first hits compared to the second act.
I only have two songs from For
Because it's
Good.
just like and I think this second act, I think it's like in any other, let's say Broadway or any other let's say movie sequel, whatever. I think it's good. It's a good movie. It's a good second act. It's not bad by any means. The problem is that it follows one of the best first acts in Broadway history. So when
It's still groundbreaking though. A Broadway musical, I can't name you another Broadway musical that has made a film movie into two parts. They
oh no
usually
no
have
no no
act
no
one and
no no
two
no
in
no
one,
like,
you know?
I'm not taking away from it. I'm not taking away from kind of like how groundbreaking it's been and all that, but I think it's like Act One is so freaking good,
It is.
so freaking good that it literally fucks up the second act. It's
Act
like because the follow up of that when it's just like okay, this is good, but you gave me perfection. You
It's
already gave me perfection, and then you follow it up with this.
so Act Two, I just think doesn't work as well when it stands on its own. But Act One truly does have a beginning, middle, and end, to which the
It's its
beginning,
own
middle,
story. Act one is its own, like it's truly
Act
like
One
its
has
own story.
a complete beginning, complete middle, complete end. When you look at Act Two, it's hard to kind of tell you where the beginning stops and where the
Mhm.
middle begins, to where, it is that in between that makes it all muddled up and muddies the water of
Yeah,
the
because
just a
again,
plot
it's
structure.
yeah, because in the first act, really the only thing you're sure Glinda's there, obviously, but really the only thing you're following in that first act is Elphaba. When you really come to look at it, the one you're really focusing on, truly focusing on, is Elphaba.
Yeah, yeah.
And that, well,
And
and that's purposeful because the second
yeah,
act is Glinda's story more than anything. Because Alphaba is just a part of it for more than anything. Because Glinda, because of the fact that the way that the first one ends, I mean the second one ends, it ends with Glinda telling the story. Because in the beginning of the first one, Glinda is also
mhm,
the one telling the story. So the
that's
second
true.
act is supposed to be Glinda's story. It just didn't
Yeah,
carry.
You know what? If
yeah.
anything,
But the thing is that like if it's good, it doesn't feel. I get it. Like sure, they focus a little bit more on Glinda, obviously in the second act, but they jumble up a lot of story. Like there's a lot of plot lines, and it
Too
doesn't
many.
feel like Glinda's story. It does, even though it is, it doesn't feel
Hmm.
because yeah, it's like the other song, like the songs that hit the best. To be very honest, are all Alphabet songs. The best, like the best scenes are honestly Alphaba scenes.
I mean,
Yeah.
thematically speaking, as far as, character arcs go, yes, Elphaba's arc continues on in this one, but her peak of her arc is defying gravity.
Mhm.
Um, but to which Glinda's arc was not yet done by the end of part one. So I can see Glinda being kind of it being her story, because Elphaba was changed for good by the end of part one.
Mhm.
Glinda had not gone through her change. Honestly, oh god, people are gonna probably hate me for this. Glinda went through a Zuko arc. Uh, Glinda got the thing that she always wanted, and we needed to see what she would do with the thing that she always wanted. She got
Yep.
the highest form of popularity. She got to be a sorceress, and we then needed to have her come to Ozai moment where she confronts, the powers that be and says, "I'm going to join the Avatar." You know, uh, I love this comparison actually, um, and that was necessary. Which credit to Glinda being, this being her story for good. So I think actually that works for me. But yeah, just from a musical standpoint, the story flows a lot better than a 4 hour experience watching these two movies. If you're watching them back to back. But I think for me the real um emotional bit, I probably got more emotional during, which I don't know why this is not on the soundtrack. What do you call the finale song?
Finale.
Finale, it's called the finale.
Yeah.
Um
The ending when
yeah,
she's like, "Who can say I can change for the together or whatever?"
yeah,
And they
when
were like together.
they're singing over "No One Mourns the Wicked." I love
Yeah.
that.
That actually comes out. I don't know when this podcast is coming up, but it comes out December 5th. When they release the soundtrack because Glenn Powell did the not Glenn Powell. Who's in it? John
John
Powell.
Powell, John
Sorry,
Powell,
John
John
Powell.
Powell.
Glenn Powell. That'd be crazy. Uh, John Powell did it. With Steven Schwartz, and it's in there. They released it that they're gonna have the finale in there too.
Okay, I was kind of upset that it wasn't in this one.
I agree. I think it would have been nice. It would have been
Yeah,
nice.
that's my true finale. There, one last look back. Glinda doesn't even know she's alive, but she's like looking into all the change that Elphaba did, and Elphaba knowing she'll, I guess, from as far as I know, she's never got to return. Uh, you
Well, she's
know,
going away from Oz. I don't know how everyone like since I know we're like coming to a wrap, like let's talk the ending sequence, right? So like the
Sure.
ending sequence of everything, like all the things. Linda finally gets that that she's dead, and she goes and gets the wizard to go to jail because he's the dad. He's like, oh, you going to jail, and then Madame Morrible, you going to jail too because you're a terrible person, and then Dorothy can't figure out their way home. And then also that Elphaba decides like finds out the scarecrow is Fiero, and then she goes her own separate way. I think that they did the same thing within the Broadway show where it felt like it was rushed. However, in the Broadway show, she uses the guards to like help her. In this one, she uses the flying monkeys, right? So the monkeys, okay, cool. They take them away and they're helping out with it. But when they take Madame Morrible and she just flies away, I was like, Madame Morrible, you just brought a whole freaking twister to that stuff. You're gonna tell me you can't blow these two flying monkeys away and run
That's
away?
a major plot hole for me.
I said that right there was so silly. I was like, man, y'all needed to do a Cruella and push her off and then like discredit her in front of the people, or whatever.
Or show that she's the one that killed Nessa Rose. Something. Yeah.
Yes, anything. Like get her on the mic or something that she did something bad. And then also some people were like, based on this movie with like Elphaba and her and them just running away with Fiero, they were like, why did she run away if like everything is like Oz is gone and now Madame Morrible is gone, you know? Like it was very like, just come back. Like no one is gonna be upset that you're back, bro. You know what
And
I'm
Glinda
saying?
already brought all the animals back too.
Right.
You
It's
can just live your life.
It gives like Game of Thrones when they're like, Jon Snow, you got to go for the watch, and then the Sully leave, and it's like, all right, well, the Sully never coming back, so Jon Snow just come on right back because they're not coming back.
Because
this way.
Elphaba
it's
is
like-
a woman of honor.
I guess she just wanted love. She's like, I'm gonna take my man and go.
My straw penis and go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's what it is.
Better than a Munchkin tin penis.
Wow, that's
Bach.
rude.
Bop.
Bach.
Yes, and the Grimmery opens up for Glinda.
That was nice too.
Yeah, they said that if you got the popcorn bucket at the theater, that it gives you how to decipher the Grimmery, and people deciphered it, and it's a healing spell, and it teaches her how to heal because it's like it's Glinda's responsibility now to heal Oz. That's how people took it. So for those who don't know,
Is Oz even that broken? Sure.
They lost
fine.
their god,
yes.
their
What the
deity.
heck?
It wasn't even that broken. That's the whole point of the movie. Is that Oz is starting to
Oz is just a bunch of dummies, is what it is. They don't know how to think for themselves because life is fraughtless when you're thoughtless.
Also,
So,
it's named Oz after the Wizard of Oz, but what was the name before?
It's Oz.
has always been
the
Oz.
wizard's name is not Oz.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz.
His name is
Of
Oscar
Oz.
Diggs. Oscar Diggs is his name.
Oz is the land.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess the biggest question though, as well as why didn't Elphaba come back? I mean, because I think films and stories are supposed to say something, and I get it. You need a good villain. Everybody wants a good villain in a story of good and evil. What's good, what's wicked. But I just find it kind of dumb that nobody seemed to like. I wish there was like a child who, maybe that girl in the beginning who was like, but Glinda, I heard she was your friend. Nobody's gonna know the truth about Elphaba? Like, I'm like, not even like, I thought it'd be cool if like maybe Dr. Dilliman turned around at his office and he was like, thank you, Elphaba.
He can't talk no more.
No, he got his voice back, they said.
Who?
Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Hell
he's a
no.
teacher, but he's gonna go in class and the whole time.
No,
Yeah,
he
he's not
can't
about
talk.
to bath.
He can't talk no more. That's not in the show. The one that's like kind of talking back is Chestry. That's the only one.
Okay, but do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. I think it's Chistery.
Chestry, yeah. Sorry.
Chistery is like the only one who knows Elphaba, made the ultimate sacrifice. And I'm just like, and Elphaba didn't even make the sacrifice for like Oz, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. What are they trying to say? That she's
Well,
a martyr that nobody
you gotta
cares
read
about?
you gotta read the book because in the book she's a terrorist.
I
If she
gotta
kills somebody.
read.
So like it gets really bad. But I don't know. I think in the book she actually dies. But I don't know. I haven't read the book to like
You
confirm
have the
that.
book.
I know, but I don't like to read. Was gonna say either way, it's fine. She's gone, and it's to add on to the fact that everyone thinks that the Wicked Witch is dead, but she's actually not dead. You know,
But what am I supposed to take with this into the real world?
that who can say if
Nothing.
you've been changed for the
This-
better? But because they knew each other, they've been changed for good.
Okay, I meet people all the time who change me for good. Great. Now, if one of those people fake their death and I don't know that they faked their death and I don't go around to tell people that they are great people, what's the point?
You don't need the credit. She didn't need to come back. She needed to find her own way.
I don't
That's it.
get it. I don't get it. I'm lost. I don't know what to take away.
That's okay.
And
You
the
take
part
away
one, they
whatever-
said, fight for what you believe in.
and this one says for good. That's it. Do things for good. She's already done she's done everything for everybody and she said, "You know what? For good. I'm leaving for good." That's what she did. She left.
She said, I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
And he said, "That's too damn bad." She said, "Yep, that's right. That's too damn bad. I'm out of here." And you know what? She did. She left.
I guess.
She went to the west to find new land.
I guess that's the takeaway from here. Just keep it moving. You did your
Right.
best.
Sometimes you can't just sit there. Some people need to fix the system, and sometimes you just need to find your own system, and that is the takeaway. She said, "You know what? I'm not here to fix this. Glinda can fix this. I don't
And
need
that-
to fix this.
And
I
you
can
know what?
go."
The animals were trying to go find their own system, and she said, "Wait, fix it."
Right. And then she said, "You know what? Actually, no."
No, they came back. They came back.
But she
Right,
left.
But she said, "Hell no. I don't
Right,
want
she
any of this."
left. The animal said, "Wow, thank God for Glinda."
She said, "That's a political commentary. Some people should stay, and some people should go. Take that as you will."
I don't know what to take from this show, but it's fine. They have good songs at least.
Yeah. But okay, so Wicked for good. Are we rating this? Final thoughts? Are we
Sure.
doing?
Final ratings? Yeah, let's do it.
Overrated.
I'll let Dr. Jace go. He's been awfully quiet. I think he toned down. He said, "I hate this movie." I'm bored.
I'll
He said
pull.
Sonic 3 is a better movie.
It is. It is.
Actually,
Jeez.
Sonic 3 is a better movie. Yeah.
Significantly
You're
better.
crazy. Y'all are insane.
Significantly.
I hope the Wicked fandom comes and destroys y'all.
Oh, please.
this.
let them
Listen,
come.
I welcome it. I'll pull an IGN. It's a 6.
Wicked
a-
versus
Ooh.
Sonic 3.
It's a six.
If y'all really think that Wicked for Good is not as good as Sonic 3, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't think you were there for that heartstring moment with Live and Learn.
I mean, they're two different films as far as Wicked for Good is a part
Very.
2. It's one half of an incomplete
And Sonic
story.
3 is a third.
Sonic 3 is still a standalone movie. You know, the events of Sonic 2 don't directly bleed into the events of Sonic 3. So
That's fine.
I
It's okay.
love
Let's get
this
into his final
comparison.
thoughts. Go ahead.
fine.
Go
A-
ahead.
A 6 from Dr. Jace.
I give it a 7.
This is hard. I don't know because the first one was so good and this one was so not memorable to me. I have to give it another watch to kind of
No, you don't. You got it.
get a different score. But
You got it.
right now,
Say it. It starts with an S. Ends with
Yeah.
X.
I think it's like a 7.0 or a 6.5.
Oh,
Dang, y'all, for real.
it's
Okay.
tough love.
Apex, you're going last. 'Cause
Okay.
Wow.
I-
Okay.
I
You want
was
to end on a good note. That's why.
I was a 2.5 stars out of 5, which probably equates to
A 5.
Make
a
it
5.
simple. Make it out
Yeah.
of 10. Don't.
I will bump it 3 stars because I think if any film can elicit good conversation, which we had tonight, and which I've had other conversations with people, I think is worth an extra half star. So I will give it a 6. Um, Borderline 7, pushing, but really leaning towards the 6. 6.5. We'll call it a 6.5. It's a 6.5. For all the reasons we discussed tonight, it's a 6.5. And it's crazy because it's coming off of a 10. It's coming off of a 10. But I think where the 10 is able to operate in its characters and its not so crazy plot and just kind of, center it all on those. Like we've been saying, there's so much going on in part 2 that it does not come out as a cohesive experience. So it brings it down. So 6.5, that's where I'm at.
Cool. Well, I am at an 8.5.
Oh!
And that is and the reason being is, one, Wicked is the first of its kind, right? And there's no Broadway show that's ever done Act 1 and Act 2 like this. That's one. Two, they had a lot of constraints being PG, not having the full rights of Wizard of Oz, still expanding the world of Wicked, because even if you are like a Wiccan fan like me and knowing all the stuff, they did add so much new stuff. Some of that new stuff was like I wish I wish it hit harder, but I still appreciate the fact that it happened, because it could have just not happened, right? They could have just done what's already been done. But I think that it still pushes the envelope. There was so much commentary, so much things that had happened. And I think that now that Wicked and Wicked for Good are out and they've ripped the band-aid of like the Broadway show has finally had its movie adaptation, there is so much open doors, right? So like they're talking about making more Wicked movies, and someone can always like 20, 30 years from down the line make another one
I
of
want the
this
Black Wicked.
and do that. This is Black Wicked. Elphaba is black. What do you
Sorry,
mean?
I want a blacker Wicked.
So the Wiz, literally the Wiz version of Wicked. That's what you want. So okay. Well, anyway, no, but I think they did a really good job. And I think that I think if anybody feels that it's like lower, like a 7 or lower, I was like, just do better. I said, just do better. And it's very hard with the source material and how it is to do that good. So I give it an 8.5. I want to say 8.5 because I'm biased, but it's probably more of an 8. But the first movie, I agree. The first movie, I gave it a 9.5, 10. And then now I give it like a 10, 11. So
All right. There you have it, folks. Our thoughts on Wicked for Good. We are not so divided at the table. Apex sitting at the highest with this 8.5. The rest of us
incorrect answers.
Sure, whatever you want, whatever makes you sleep at night. But with that said, listen, we're here because we may be, differing opinions down the scale. It was a conversation worth having at the table. Wicked for Good's still out. I probably might go see it a second time, Dr. Mondo, to see if my opinion changes. Thumbs up, he says. I don't know if the rest of y'all might go see it another time.
I 100%.
I'll rewatch the first one again for the fifth time.
I saw the first one twice, and I loved it both times. This one I don't need to see it again.
Oof.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch this movie again, and I'm gonna watch it with a more quiet theater, because I was like, everybody is super excited, and I feel like after watching it so critically, like I just want to sit there and enjoy it. So
yes,
like,
I think that is
in like peace. And I feel like if you do that, maybe it'll be a little bit better.
I think that is getting out your expectations. I think it does change your experience for sure, for good.
Where's the choreo?
I did say, where's the choreo? I did say that.
There's Wonderful, and there's the other one.
That choreo, ain't it? No, I want the Loathing. I want that. That's what I want with choreo. All right.
Mm.
So what's his name? Chris, the choreographer, he sat out this one. They said, "You need me?" He's like, "No,
There's not a lot of dancing. They're like, we're not paying for that.
you don't need a dance for good." He said, "No good deed will I do."
No, they said we're gonna make that bitch fly, and she did.
She did. She did. That was good. He said, I got a number for the monkeys. You want the monkeys to dance?"
What? Monkey dance? Crazy.
Dance monkey.
Jesus.
Mm-mm.
God, they could say that on set. Hell no.
They should have done Fiero's reprise from Dancing Through Life through Dancing Through Death. And there
Oh
it was.
my.
And it would have been crazy. A Halloween spectacle.
That's dark. Sure. Uh you could take that with your idea. If you want to claim it right here. Did you need to
No,
claim
I'm
it right
not
here?
claiming my idea. My idea will come to fruition, but you may have heard some of it already out here.
Okay.
But if this manifests and it happens in the next 20 years, y'all heard it first.
All right. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Apex, he's coming in 20 years. Just you wait for it.
Something wicked.
Wait for it. All right. Well, folks, that is it from us here at the Yonko table talking about Wicked for Good. So thank you for giving us a streaming watch. Dr. Jace did a poll on the stream. He said, "Was Wicked for Good even good?" 50% of the vote said no. 50% said it's just okay. And no one said yes. Ooh, gosh darn it. It's okay, folks. Listen, take what you hear from us, do what you want with it, go create your own experiences, and we're here to discuss. But without further ado, we closing up shop. I am your Yonko host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, Dr. Jace Attorney, Supernova, Dr. Mondo, Darce, and of course, Supernova Apex coming out of retirement to talk Wicked. How shall we close this out? Say some funny last word or sing a song. Do something.
Do something. Don't tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Fuck that bitch ass lion. Okay.
Dang, Coleman Domingo. That's a hate crime.
I don't care.
Homophobia.
I don't
Wow.
care. He was a sellout. That fuckery.
Not all that.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Ew.
Alakanamakalamakak. That's not even the word.
You know, I heard that if you put Phenomena into Google Translate, it's actually the lyrics to Dragon Ball Z's Kamehameha. What he be saying, he really
Oh.
casted the spell, the Kamehameha, and then you put Phenomena in there. It's
That's
an actual spell.
It
Wow.
rolls off the tongue.
funny.
Think about it.
Mm.